question of losing that grip, but limited upper body strength. And it is the most difficult of all the classes, individual class 1 and 2 in the sitting class. Eric Ting is representing Singapore, and Natawut Tinatet is representing Thailand. So this will be a big challenge for Singapore, I tell you. Thailand are very, very strong. They picked up 14 gold medals in Naypyidaw all together in the table tennis against the 16 of Indonesia. But here is another big challenge. Not only are they coming to the table in the spotlight for the first time, I mean, we're now talking about the nerves also showing as families will be tuning in, particularly, of course, to Eric Ting, who has obviously the ability to watch on toggle here in Singapore.
Ready?
And on the web. So here we go. First game about to get underway in the team competition for the TM 1-2.
Love 1.
It's difficult, there's no question at all. That was a nice long service there, went directly towards the body. You can feel that there is tension in the air.
Let.
And a let serve is called, so it'll be a reserve at 1-all. And that was long. 2-1. Natawut will take the serve. Natawut, just 24 years old. Oh, it just cleared the net there, so good piece of luck for Eric Ting. Natawut, 24. Eric Ting is 43, believe it or not. Doesn't look it, does he? 43 years old. 2-all. A little bit too long from the serve. 2-3.
3.
Of course, the ball girls, they work really hard to keep the progress of the match. Oh, that's a lovely service. Wow, right in the corner for 3-all. Nice play. Good.
3-all.
It's a forehand service there from the Thai, and he's missed that one through 3-4.
3-4.
Good concentration. You can see it in the eyes of Eric Ting.
5-3.
So the ball's coming back now to Singapore's Ting. Let's see whether or not she can get the same kind of distance on that serve with this backhand serve. It's all very tough. The coordination is not easy, and that one goes down onto the Singapore side first, so that's 4-5. 5-4.
5-4.
The amount of concentration and energy required in order to achieve this degree of excellence, really strong. Nice, that's a really good. And the let is called. The let is called. It touched the net, so being given back to Eric Ting.
5-4. Let.
And once again, is just a little bit low at the outset of that bounce. And that's a better one, so 6-4, 4-6. And you can hear the crowd here. I must say, it's been a wonderful show from the Singapore public coming here to the OCBC Arena to support the athletes. It's been a real pleasure and heartwarming to see them all coming very early in the competition. 8 tables here to watch. And you can see the pimples out on that backside, the backhand.
6-all.
Pimples in on the black flat surface. 6-all. And he's just missed another one there for 6-7.
6-7.
Just adjusting his position a little bit, getting it really absolutely correct for this rhythmical serve. He needs to really get something happening here. Good ball toss. It's in play. Oh, and a little lucky there from the tie. Natawut picks up the lead here now.
8-6.
8-6, Thailand. It's a good service. There's a lot of side spin on that. 9-6.
9-6.
It's the first time they've come to the table. We have seen other categories and classifications throughout the last day and a half, but first time for these two.
9-6.
And again, the service is too much, so this is now 6-10, and a big
10,
problem
6.
here for Eric Ting. He faces now 4 game points.
Let.
No, that's a let.
6-10.
Still game points, loads of them to Thailand's Natawut. That's gone very high, and you might think it's a bit fluky, but it was really, really a very, very good shot into the corner for 7-10.
7-10.
And just look at them, they're on the edges of their seats. This is really good, isn't it? And another big play. Oh my goodness, that's the game. What a
11-7.
shot there for 11-7, and really
In Thailand.
very, very impressive from Natawut to recover, to play that. Excellent. It was a really,
dropped it
really
again.
good
He
rally, the
dropped
best
it
rally
again.
of the match, of the game so far.
Yeah, it should be.
Let's have a quick look at this then. Okay, that was off the net, but here
Yeah.
there were a couple of backhands
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Oh, very okay. It went high, but just look at this, into the corner, and very nicely played. Then we get to the. Okay, this is the same repeat
Yeah, the point. There's a
that point, but
there.
yeah, that was the final point of that particular game. He did really well because he had to play it from in front of his body. Not easy. It's 1-love to Thailand. 11-7. Well, it was a hugely successful Southeast Asian game, celebrating Singapore's 50th anniversary year as well. That was a few months ago. And now,
Time.
the first time that Singapore's been hosting the Paragames, ASEAN Paragames, the 8th version here. But I have to say, look at the crowd. They are absolutely enthralled by the privilege that they've had to come and see. Now, we do have to have a binding of the bat on the hand, or is he going to work without? No, he's going to need that binding. Yeah, it will have to be secured there, taking a little bit of extra time. I think he probably forgot about that, doing this whilst they had the break. Of course, there is limited mobility, and also the ability to hold the bat then is restricted as well, so needs the tape in order to do that in this individual class 1 and 2 competition. Gives it a little bit of security there, and a little time for Eric Ting already at the table to be thinking about how to
Hurry up.
overcome the problems. Yeah, well, the umpire said hurry up, and I think it was an error of... Didn't realise he didn't have the bat strapped to his hand. Right, here we come. It's first blood then already
Second game,
to
Natawut
Thailand.
to serve. Labor.
Here we go. Natawut to serve in the second game, and it's a good one.
One love.
Oh, that's a great shot. Nice reach,
One
good
all.
angle, and 1-all. And again, he takes his time, lots of concentration with this backhand service. Shows it, presents it, it's got to go up at 10 centimeters, and there. Out of play, actually, off the receiving, so 2-1.
2-1.
Watch this left corner. He's got a habit of putting it wide down to this left corner as well. There it goes, and it's beautiful. Oh, okay, it's an apology, but I tell you what, I forecast it, and I'm really quite proud of myself for doing that. Well, in fact, it's going to be a
2-1.
2-1 Singapore. And again, it's a very, very good service.
1-3.
You'll be relying on that serve. Every 2 points, of course, it'll change over. Let's see whether he can upset Natawut. No, not quite enough control there to keep it in play. 2-3.
2-3.
No, that's very nice. I'll tell you what, Natawut certainly reacts very quick.
3-all.
His iron hand coordination is strong. 3-all. Now, these are two very important services. And another good one. There you go. I told you that's where the target was. Down that backhand side. It
4-3.
means that Natawut has got to react so very quickly, as long as the accuracy is there. He might just change it occasionally, and he did. Oh, he did change it. It was a beautiful shot there from Eric Ting. He's got now a 3-5. And now a 3-6.
3-6.
You can feel that there is a lot of
6-4.
concentration, a lot of focus here by Eric Ting Chi Kyung. He knows that he's got not just the cameras on him, but the whole crowd, and just look at them. They are loving this. Oh, an error on that service and a bit of frustration there.
6-5.
Missed that backhand. Again, big pressure, needs enormous concentration. And he's missed that one, so 2 in a row. And that really will be...
5-7.
Oh, did he make it? He did. Wow, I couldn't believe that. He actually crossed the net without touching it. Good stuff. 5-7, so a point there, but picked up easily 6-7 by Natawut. There is a good focus.
Let ball.
A let was asked for by Eric and given. 6-7 again. And again, the crowd is really getting into this. Lots of pimples on display there with that backhand, and that's a very good shot for 8-6.
8-6.
Big concentration required now, again from Eric, to get this service in. He's missed that one for 7-8. 8-7.
8-7.
Everything will depend very much on that service. Can he actually put pressure on right here? In the rest of the rally, he's going to struggle a little bit, but that's a, oh, well, he missed. It was a good length, but just too far. 8-all. Or is he called a let?
Out.
It was out. So it can't be the let ball. It must be 8-all, I think.
It's a let. It's a let.
Yeah, I think it's 8-all.
8-7. Out.
Yes, off the net and out, so it must be 8-all.
8-all.
Thank you. Well, that's a nice piece of charity from Eric Ting. He says, yep, it was out, it was long. And okay, now he's really excited here, and quite right.
8-9.
Picking up that point after returning the service and then forcing the error. This time he does miss on the forehand. 9-all.
9-all.
But he's got the serve, and that's important. Two really cracking services here will level up the scores. And he's done that. That's 10-9, and it's game point here to Singapore's
10-9.
Eric Teng. You can feel how hard he needs to work for every point. And just listen to the crowd encouraging. It's 10-9, game point Singapore. Oh, and he's missed it. Oh dear, disappointment. 10-all. That is a big, big disappointment.
10-all.
10-all. Natawut studies it, plays the forehand, and then wins the point. 11-10. This for a 2-love lead, so big pressure again on Eric Ting.
10-11.
This time to make his serve successful. 10-11. It's game point Thailand. Oh, and that's it. It's 12-10.
12-10.
And that game is done. Well, there were opportunities for Eric Ting. He couldn't take it. He missed a couple of service opportunities. Not easy, of course. In this category, everything is very, very tough. So even small success, you have to work so hard for. A little bit more confidence and comfort on that forehand side from Natawut, Tinatet, and he wins the second game. But don't exclude Eric Ting yet. He's got a chance still. Yeah, you can see how intense he is. He doesn't look as if he gets too excited, but I can tell you now, inside, he will be churning. Really determined. Well, the storm clouds are certainly overhead. I can hear the thunder. And 11-7, 12-10. It's raining in the Singapore camp at the moment, but let's see whether or not they can actually recover.
Time.
All the classifications, of course, are fascinating. 11 of them altogether, including the intellectual impairment. That's class 11. Classes 6 to 10 are standing class with various degrees of impairment. 6 being the hardest, the most difficult. And 1 and 2 were in the sitting class 1 and 2, so the most impaired. And certainly we're going to see Eric Ting now really have to concentrate to keep things going this game. If he loses it, the match is gone.
1 love.
1 love, good start. It's a good service. Can he follow it up, though? Difficult in open play. I can tell you, once it gets into open play, Natawut is very much the favourite. He's got a bit more mobility, a bit more strength, particularly on the forehand side. It's 1-1. Natawut service. And again, that movement of the forehand is a bit strong.
2-1.
Oh, that was really, really very good spin. There was a bit of a lob in it as well. And Eric Ting did a good job forcing the error. 2-2.
Play 2-2.
It is a solid service, but well spotted from Natawut. He was ready for that backhand. 2-3. A little bit of a stretch here.
2-3.
Must-win point here. Plays it short, and he doesn't get away with it. Again, Natawut watched it very, very carefully. And that's a very good and important point from Thailand's perspective. Did really well to get forward onto that, find a nice drop shot, very wide.
4-2.
4-2, a little bit of psyching out look of the good eye-to-eye contact there. This is going to be a good contest. Wow, oh yeah, very impressive. Nothing Eric Ting could do about that.
5-2.
It's 5-2, yeah. The longer it goes on, the more you can feel Natawut's confidence building.
2-6.
Again, I like the fact that he's not hurrying, trying to keep everything very, very solid and strong. And that one's gone. It was out, so 7 now.
7. Red.
2-7, and Ting is watching his hopes just disappear in this third game.
7.
Well, we certainly are celebrating the extraordinary. Second day of real competition here.
Move table.
The table was moved, and that is illegal, so that could well be a 3-7. 7-3.
7-3.
Yeah. Okay. A quizzical look there from Natawut. And obviously, he must have moved the table either with his chair or the arm, and that's gone. So little
7-4.
A little relocation of concentration here required. He's lost 2 points in a row there. One on a foul and one a little bit impetuous. Oh, that's really good for 5. So 5-7. Eric Ting has not given this up yet. He's really working very hard. Timeout is called after losing those 3 points in a row.
No. The other way. No. No.
Don't know whether we've got a chance to see the foul here at the net, where the table was moved. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that was it. That was the one. Using that left arm, you see, to keep the mobility of the chair stable. Well, there's a timeout called at the moment. 3 points in a row given up by the Thai, Natawut. So with just 12 seconds left there, you can see the score, 7-5 in favour of the Thai. But It's a really good fight back. 7-2 was the score.
Time.
Oh, the helpers, the ball girls, ball boys, they really do a fantastic job. All volunteer helpers, of course. It's great to see. I must say it's been a very, very good and special hosting of these 8th ASEAN Para Games by Singapore. Everyone's very proud here.
Play.
It's 5-7. It's must-win points from now on for Eric Ting. No, he's not going to get that one. It's another forehand. You see, you've got to play it away from Natawut's forehand. It's a very dangerous weapon. 5-8. Maybe this will go longer into the corner, onto the backhand side. No, it went to the forehand. That's dangerous. Oh, it took the edge. That's 9-5. And the ball will come back to Thailand's side at 9-5. Just 2 points required now. Adjusting his position. It's not easy, of course, with the limited mobility in the upper body. But, lots of power and strength there, and that's 10-5. That is now game and match point to Thailand's Natawut Chinatet. A brave effort by Eric Ting, but it will all come to naught if he fails to win this point. Here we go. And that's it. That is, I think that's 11, isn't it? Or was that a touch of the net? It was.
10-5.
Wow, okay, replay. Wow. This time it is in, and that is the match. It's 11-5 in favour of Natawut Chinatet. He's won by 3 games to love against Eric Ting. Put up a good performance there, but in the end, the power of that forehand of Natawut was just too strong. He'll be very pleased with that. This is the first occasion we're seeing the individual class 1 and 2 come to the table in the team event. I think he's a happy chappy. Well, there were moments when we saw Eric Ting actually play into the corners from the service and put a lot of pressure on, but he couldn't quite get that accuracy every time, and that is the final point, and disappointment there for Singapore. So, first game complete, first match complete in